The vault door opens up onto a very special and spoopy Halloween stream for a painting party and a hobby hangout. Welcome back, one and all, to War Games News Radio for another Wednesday workshop, hobby, hangout, painting party, whatever it is we're calling it. But it's good to see you folks here today. I see we got some familiar faces in the chat. We got Tor, the Vault Viking. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you, Vault Viking. Happy to have you in the chat. Who else we got? We got Mad's Destruction. Howdy. Oh, who else we got? We got Riyad. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. My apologies. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you to everyone who's popping in onto the stream today. Let me know if you're in the chat, and as always, let me know what you're working on. Always great to chat anything hobby as we go. So get your chats in now, because we're gonna be working on something a little bit different. Normally we're working on, let me just grab over here, this big guy on our hobby streams, big old swan. But I decided that this week we're going to take a bit of a divergence, keep it in the Modiphius family, but head in a spookier direction, because we, this Sunday, are playing our very first ever game of Achtung, Cthulhu here on the channel for our annual Halloween special. And it just so happens that the fine folks at Modiphius sent me some of these nasty boys. Some creepy, crawly, Eldritch, Cthulhu, tentacle horrors. And you can guess what the gang might encounter this weekend on the stream. Something that looks a little bit like this. So I figured, why don't we paint this up live on the stream, get ourselves into the spoopy Halloween spirit, and it's a chance for me to paint something a little bit different. Don't get me wrong, I'm loving Swan. We're making some amazing progress on him, but let's get into the spooky season theme, shall we? Oh, I see we've got Johnny Bottlecap popping into the chat. Everybody say hello to Raj. Hi, Raj. How are you? Raj tuning in from a secret undisclosed location, possibly near you. Like I said, we got some folks in the chat here working on some other hobby stuff. We got Black Templars. Ooh, very nice, very nice. One of my favorite Space Marine chapters. What else we got on the work here? We got Rishad saying going to be working on magnetizing a Night Questoris. Well, good luck to you. That's which one is that? Is that the one with the... Is that the choppy one or the shooty one? I can never keep it straight. I think the Crusader is the one with like the chainsaw arm, which is like my favorite one. But let me know which one that is, or maybe that's the new one with like the weird spiky lance. I can't keep up. Either way. Excited for you, excited for us. Let's get painting. Gonna throw on some chill jams to get us into the painting vibe here, and we're working on this creepy tentacle. It was the latest free objective marker provided by Modiphius through their ModCon stream, which was it's their annual sort of mini online convention where they show all kinds of new releases. It's where we got to see all the new Nuka World stuff in that recent video. But they also were giving away these free markers, which is super cool. This year's was an Achtung Cthulhu themed one. Last year, sort of a generic one that could work for Fallout, for Skyrim, Cthulhu, you name it. But this one, they went hard in the paint with some new Cthulhu stuff, and I just love this thing. And I figure, with this creepy, crawly, nasty tentacle, I figure we're going for like, at first I thought maybe like an orange and black kind of thing for Halloween, but that just didn't have enough pop to it, I don't think. So I think instead we're gonna go for kind of like an orange, not orange, a purple to green sort of thing. I think maybe the outside, sort of the carapace, if you will, of the worm will be like this purple color, going up to sort of a nice bright purple, and do the sort of the fleshy bits underneath, his tentacly suction cuppy nastiness, do those kind of like a green, and work our way up to like a glowing little glow effect on there. Maybe play around with that a little bit, see how far we get. This is also going to be a bit of a speed painting challenge because, well, we're trying to get this done for, for the stream, and also we want to get it done in this one shot here today. So I bet we can crank on and get this thing done in and around an hour. So I'm going to quit yammering on, and we're going to get on with the painting, starting with the purple. And I think I'm gonna take this mix. It's pretty dark. I've done some underbrushing with some gray to try to like be able to put some pigment on there nice and fast. But I'm gonna mix it up with a little bit of technical contrast medium just to brighten it up a little bit more. Gives it a bit of a different play on the color, as well as sort of changes the drying time, slows it down a bit so you can do some blending if you want. So that's what we're gonna do. Got my little pipette guy. Whoop. That's probably too much, but we'll see. A little bit there. I'm just gonna drip a couple drops of the medium in to mix around there. And we'll get rocking. So you just got it mixed up in the cup there. Gonna mix it all together, see how much that changes, and if I don't like it, I'll add in more. It's a little lighter. Yeah, we'll go with that to start. Maybe we'll start darker around the bottom and sort of shade it up towards the top, but let's get into it. I'll keep an eye here on the chat as we go. What else we got here? We got iScore in the chat. Hello, iScore. Finishing last piece of terrain for MCP. A good job on all that. Been following your progress on our Discord. If you're not a member of our Discord, follow the link in the description below, and you can show off some of your hobbying work. Just like iScore, who's been working on tons of Marvel Crisis Protocol terrain. It's looking marvelous, I must say. What else we got? Oh, we got Johnny. Yeah, Johnny's living in snowy days. The old Western Canada's getting pelted with the white stuff already. It's a gorgeous day out here in Toronto at the moment. Not to rub it in, but you got a country this big. It's like 20 degrees today here. There's a saying in the West: you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. But I feel for you today there, Rozzy. There's a lot of things that I miss about the West, but the winter's not one of them, considering it starts in October. Chip Parker says, white stuff, what's that? Yes, indeed. Chip from Florida. How you doing, Chip? Good to see ya. Chip Parker once again in the chat. Let us know if you're working on something there, Chip. What else we got in here? Oh, wake me up when October ends. Yes, sir, Raj. Yes, sir. But yes, we're getting some purple on here. So this is gonna be an exercise in both speed painting and speed painting well, right? We got a ticking clock. What can we do with this mini in that time to get paint everywhere and make it look good? If it was really in a rush, would just throw the contrast paint all over this thing in one fell swoop. Much thicker globs and work it around, but playing around with it and working more as, you know, a shade or an ink, which I could have done more here, lighten it up even more with that medium, but we want to get a nice dark coverage as well, because we're going to play with some brighter purples as we go here. Now we can kind of start to shade it up a bit. It's a little thick there, that's okay. Chip says he's slow, but he's trying to keep up with painting mundane rock walls. You know what? There's something therapeutic about like the terrain process, particularly when you're working on something like that. But there's also a part where you sort of hit the sanity breaking process of it, depending on what you're working on. Ooh, there we go. Making good progress on his armored chitinous hide. Not too much coffee today. Got a bit of the shakes. Go. Ooh, this thing's looking very. I feel like purple's a pretty appropriate Eldritch horror type color, you know? That or like, you know, really nasty flesh tones. Like doing one of these up with like, you know, human looking skin would be pretty off-putting. But something fun about playing with vibrancy too. A little bit of spice. And like, you know, it's otherworldly too, right? What's the Lovecraft story? The color from out of space, is it? I think they made into a Nick Cage movie, which I haven't seen, which is surprising. Because I love both those things. Nick Cage and Cthulhu, sign me up. Purple worm. Got to paint a purple worm. Yes, very excited for this Sunday for Cthulhu. Apologies, but also not at all to everyone who was going to be tuning in last Sunday when the stream was supposed to be, because we had to reschedule, but it's actually worked out very, very well, because at the last minute, Modifius sent us, several $100s worth of Achtung Cthulhu giveaway gear to send to you folks, one of which will be this mini here today. Will be sent post-show to one lucky viewer on the stream, as well as several Achtung Cthulhu PDF prize packs valued at over $100 each, with the player's guide, Game Master's Guide, and the full Shadows of Atlantis campaign, which is unreal. The campaign itself is easily like a dozen sessions worth of gameplay. So really excited that Modifius got on board with that, and because we kind of got all that stuff late and last minute, and a plethora of other things, like Raj wasn't going to be available next weekend, and then now he is, and it's closer to Halloween. All kinds of stars just happened to align, and some illnesses as well, to where it just made sense to move it. So that's what we did, and it's going to work out in y'all's favor, I do believe. So really excited for Sunday. Not only because we have free stuff to give away, which I always love to do, but I think we've got a really fun cast / crew / roster and adventure for y'all. Oh, look at that. We've got Zach Posey. Howdy there. Posey just on moseyed on in. Good to see you, Zach. Howdy, howdy. We're painting up some creepy cultist Cthulhu worm. the objective marker / creepy crawly. Very excited. Hold on one second. I'm just going to adjust something on my stream here so I can see a little bit better. There we go. One benefit of streaming painting is that I have a view, like a magnified view of this over here, which is kind of handy for looking at different parts of the mini that I can't quite see with my eyes. So we've got a purple carapace there. Just got some color on it. Nothing fancy. I think let's go quickly and just knock out some colors on the base. Not gonna do anything fancy with it. It's just gonna make it look kind of like concrete. So I think what I'll do is just yeah, throw a little bit of really watered down dark stone on there. And then maybe we'll do the M, the Modifius M, in like a blue to match the Modifius logo. But I'll just kind of make like almost more of a wash out of this dark stone here to get sort of the concrete that this guy's busting up out of. You know what they say about busting? Busting makes me feel good. It's the most ridiculous line in any song ever. But it is spoopy season, so it makes sense that we're talking about Ghostbusters. But on spoopiness, well, this isn't spoopy, but see I'm watering this down till it's just basically a wash, glaze wash sort of situation. And just get it all over these concrete-y bits. It's already a light gray, so a lot of the work's already done here. But anyway, for Sunday, we've got an all-star roster of Nazi punching, Cthulhu fighting mythos hunters for y'all, and it's going to be an absolute riot, I think. I'm sad I'm not playing, but I'm also excited that I get to do a bunch of ridiculous French and German accents. It's gonna be wild. The NPCs are gonna be fun, but the gents have crafted 3 outstanding characters. Raj is the coolest. It's just that simple. We all agree that Raj's character is the best, and we all want to be Raj. But it's going to be a ton of fun playing the quick start, one of the 2 quick start adventures for Achtung Cthulhu. And if you're not familiar with the system, it is very similar to our to 2D20 Fallout in that it is based or works on the same system, the 2D20 system, with a couple interesting sort of tweaks to the rules, being that it is in fact sort of the OG of the 2D20 world, if you will. Actually, I guess technically Star Trek Adventures is, but anyway. It's really fun. It's really fast moving. It's not quite as like. It's got a different vibe than Fallout. It's more cinematic. Like things work as scenes. There's not as much traveling and things like that. Oh, so we got Craspu. Welcome. Thank you so much, Craspu. Jumping in. Great to see ya. Thank you so much for joining in. As a Vault Dweller, it always helps and supports the channel. So, Donka Shane. Johnny Bottlecap, Raj, way to undersell it. No, seriously, when we did character creation, it was all about Raj's character. Everything we built afterwards just fell flat. Craspu asks, if you were to play, what would your character be, Ryan? Also, hello. I hope you're doing well today. Doing very well. Thank you again, Craspu. It's a great question. I think I would go just because I love the accent because it's so ridiculous. And I grew up in Quebec, so I can talk with a ridiculous French accent and have it not be offensive to French Canadians. I would probably do a French resistance fighter. I think that would be cool. Like a sneak thief kind of character who maybe like, oh, I bumped this a bit. 1 second, folks. Like a sneak thief type character. Maybe like with some combat skills, but more in the utility character vibe. There's a World War II movie. I think it's not Guns of the Navarone. Thank you. I kept wanting to say Bridge over the River Kwai, which is wrong. But Guns of the Navarone, I remember seeing that as a kid. And so I think it's in Navarone. But they have, where they've got the Sten guns, just like the stick German machine gun with like the magazine out the side with like silencers on it. I remember seeing those as a kid and being like, yo, what are those guys up to? They're all like commando, black pajama, sneaky, green berets. That's where I would want to go. But I will be game mastering for this session, which is also going to be a lot of fun because I get to play the bad guys. And the bad guys lose. That's great. It's fantastic. There we go. We've got sort of a gray there. Again, nothing too fancy. Just sort of a wash in there. Definitely don't want the base to be the focal point as far as the concrete goes, but let's do something cool with that M. Let's give it a little Thalassa blue. Thin this down a little bit. Thin a bit more. That's a bit better. Got some highlights here. Go. You know what? I think I might want to go with a different blue here after all. And we'll see how this settles. We'll go back to the worm proper in a moment here with some green. But yes, the adventure is called A Quick Trip to France. And we'll see our harrowing do-gooders shuttled from jolly old England and airdrop into France to put the kibosh on some Nazi bad dudes. And it's gonna be a blast. We did a quick character build / just role play, get to know you session on the weekend. Went really well. We actually did like a quick sort of session 0.5 back in like February, just myself, Justin, and Grant, just to get a feel for the rules and how they differed from Wasteland Warfare, from 2D20, and it was a great time. So the two of them have carried over their characters. Nothing sort of, story important happened there. It was just, us punching Nazis and figuring out how the mechanics work. But then we built Raj's character, who does one thing and does it really well, and that's kicking ass. Which is good because Justin chose a character type that isn't physically allowed to carry a gun. So it's all on you, big guy. So we've got some Warpstone Glow here. We're going to use as the base for the flesh bits, the tendrils, the pads. I don't know. His peats. What is this? What is this? I figured going with like an Incredible Hulk purple and green thing. Can't really go wrong. It's a pretty tested and true combo. Plus it's creepy. But yes, if you're interested in checking out some Achtung Cthulhu stuff, there is, I believe there's a free quick start available on the Modiphius website. Or maybe it's just been available for free in the past, but it may still be up there. And right now, for the Halloween season, if you go over into the Modiphius website and check out the Achtung Cthulhu section, there you can find stat cards for some specially Halloween-themed creatures that you can throw into your games. So not saying, but maybe saying we might see some of those show up on Sunday. Da-da-da. It'd kind of be silly if they didn't, right? Oh yeah, this is gonna be cool. Once again, hats off to the sculpting team over at Modiphius, because this thing is super creepy, but super fun to paint. Oh, I think the tip bit is technically part of the skin bit and not the hard purpley bit. But that's on me. That's on me. That's fine. It does a purple to green gradient. Everybody knows that about Eldritch horrors. One of the best things about painting shit from, you know, non-existent universe. You can't tell me that's not how it looks. Prove it. I'll just mix the two together to get a weird... I don't know, how does that look? It actually kind of looks fine. The green surprisingly covers over the purple very well. There you go, look at that. That looks like a creepy worm, does it not? Very cool. But the question for the hive mind is, what about the spikes? My gut is to like... I'm of two minds about it, chat. I'm of two minds. Either like go full harden the paint, fucking nuclear weapon green, or try something weird like a fluorescent orange. Is that too much? It's probably too much, right? Mad's Destruction says, very excited to experience the AC setting vicariously through you guys. Me too. I'm excited to bring it to the channel. It's been something I've been talking about for like a long time now. Let's gonna move on to the M while we're chatting here. Give it a quick coat of this intense blue for some highlights. Yeah, I'm also rather excited to give it a try. Like I said, we've been hoping, waiting, wishing, wanting, planning to get something on the go in that setting for a long time now, and there's just always more stuff to do, right? So yeah, part of the branching out of, you know, of the channel a bit is one of the things, you know, we said we were going to try to do this year is, you know, branch out to some different systems, and that one's been on our list. So very excited to get it going. It's just a good time. Maybe I should have gone a bit darker on this, but we'll see. Could also be M for Section M, which is one of the 2 good guy agencies that our agents work for. There we go. Another code here. It's drawing a little bit funny. Watered it down just a wee bit too much. There we go. That's a good looking coverage there. There we are. Paint some cracks on it maybe. It's thrumming with Eldritch power. Dry for a minute. Orange for Halloween, Thor says. Okay, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're going in hot with some orange. Throw on the base of just this Mars orange here, and then make it pop. Actually, you know, maybe we'll mix the two. See how that plays? With this crazy fluorescent orange. Whoa, it's so bright. Let's try that. Okay, try one of the low down ones. If you think it's gonna be totally way off base, we can readjust, but I think it's gonna maybe be cool. Oh yeah, that's fun, right? It's a horror from parts unknown. Why wouldn't it have orange freaking spikes on it? Yeah. Good call, Vault Viking. We're going for it. Take the plunge. It's fluorescent paint too, so whoever does end up winning this through the giveaway, throw a black light on it, it'll really pop. It's nice to play around with some, you know, brighter, vibrant colors too. Wasteland Warfare stuff, you know, tends to be, depending, a little bit more in that, well, post-apocalyptic vibe. Things tend to be a little more grungy. It was nice to have a weird, crazy purple, orange, and green worm. Why not? Chip says, "Oh, we're talking resin here. Oh yes, soapy water, rinse. Yes, good call. Then dry, score glue points with hobby knife. Then use Zappa glue. Nailed it. Yeah, the resin minis. They've gotten better. I'll say this. In years past, certain waves early on in the Wasteland Warfare run reacted very odd with primer. It had something to do with the release agent apparently on the molds, but Modifius says that they don't use release agent, so I don't know. Short story long, it's a great idea to wash, scrub, and prime. But it's gotten a lot better than it's been in years past. I haven't had an issue. Can't even remember the last time. was quite some time ago. Yeah, wash and prime every time. Just to be safe. Ooh, yeah, he's looking creepy. Love it. Ooh, yeah, getting a little finicky here now. There we go. Thank you, Craspu. I do think the blue looks nice. Making everything kind of just pop on this one. Going full... I mean, it's kind of, you know, the game is in that sort of pulp, you know, larger than life style. So I figure why not make this guy larger than life too. Oops, a little misfire there. Dry brush to the rescue. There we go. That's fine. Just looks like a glow effect. No one knows the difference. Ooh. Oh. Like always, bump my hat and get into the details. Just a good excuse to try to work on my posture while I'm painting. Go. Super fun. Yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it, Vault Viking, with the purple, the orange. That's super fun. Creepy. Ooh. Very fun. He's got a couple other, like, weird little nubbin ones here. Super cool. Oh yeah, there's one more here. Super cool. I'm loving this creepy guy. I'm not gonna want to give him away at the end of it. I got another one. Yeah, that fluorescent mixed with that sort of ochre orange. Kind of a neat effect. Super cool. Look at this creepy bastard. Freaking love it. That blue is still not quite as opaque as I would like, so we're just gonna go in and just really get in there. Why not? go. Craftsman says, I would not want to find that in my basement. Well, you and me both. Not the kind of thing I'm looking for. Yeah, Earthshade on the spikes. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm thinking maybe a brownish sort of wash. I'm almost liking how, like, ridiculously over the top everything is. Yeah, you know what? I think we're just gonna go full nuclear on this guy. I think that's the move. Yeah, I think we're gonna go. We'll do some highlights on the actual carapace here. The purple to make that pop a little bit more. I'll use alien purple, aptly named for what we're doing. And then I think we'll do like throw in some friggin' neon green on his belly as well. That's super fun. Do some edge highlights, I think is probably the way. Dry brushing may have been quicker and more efficient, but it's not what I did. So this is where we're at. Just gonna highlight sort of the edge of each ridge? What do you call that? Segment? Tentacle foreskin? I don't know what it is. Okay, there we go. Yes, now we're getting some more definition in there. That purple is going to play really well with that fluorescent. Very fun, very fun. Mass destruction. Tabbed away for a moment, lost 2 sanity points when I returned. Looks awesomely disgusting. Well, fantastic, yes. Roll for Constitution. What is your courage score? Yes, the system is really neat in that it accounts for, you know, physical stuff, right? I mean, you know, your bullets and your knives and your conventional warfare. But then it gets, which if you wanted to, you know, you could play the whole game pretty straight. If you really wanted to. If you don't really want to mess too much with specifically the magic aspect. But boy howdy, did we go the other way on that. Justin went with the occultist character or archetype, which it opens up like an entire new like half of the player's guide is basically magic stuff. So but again, it's not like something you have to take to get the full experience of the game. It's just an option. But damn, is it going to be neat. And the way that they've built the system, you know, is that, you know, your characters have access to these magics, but they are, you know, they're otherworldly powers. It's not like, you know, Dungeons and Dragons where everyone and their brother has a cantrip that they can cast, right? So it makes the magicness of the game feel that much more just wild, because it's not something that, you know, that's normalized. quite the opposite. Which, if I know Justin, which I do, he'll find some ways to have some fun with that. Go. Creepy, crawly, squirmy guy. Yeah, Sunday will be a grand time, and who knows? We'll see if folks enjoy it. Maybe it will be, you know, something that we do more often. You know, special episodes in the, you know, AC world. And who knows if it, you know, folks really enjoy it, maybe we'll try it on for a season or two down the road. I mean, the dream is to, you know, have multiple different shows playing multiple different game systems on at the same time, but unfortunately, Raj has a kid to feed, and the rest of us, we'll have us to feed. One day. When we win that, you know, Powerball sweepstakes or whatever. Which I guess we should probably buy a ticket to that if we want to win. Minor detail. Minor setback. Go. Johnny Bottles Cap says, kid has teeth now. It's weird. That is weird. That is super weird. He got teeth already? Man. That is happening fast. And the cats and the cradle and the silver spoon. Grassboo says, just quit the jobs and eat your paints. Done. When I quickly read that, I read it as, just quit your job and eat your pants. And I was like, well, if I lose the job, I'm going to need the pants. Arguably. Debatably. Well then, we are making fantastic progress on this guy. It's going to take us a little bit more than an hour to get him done, but we'll get him done this stream. And tune in on Sunday for your chance to win this mini that we're painting right now, along with one of 3 Achtung Cthulhu prize packs, courtesy of our friends over at Modifius Entertainment, which includes the Player's Guide, Game Master's Guide, and the entire Shadows of Atlantis campaign book, which is pretty freaking awesome. So you too can take your RPG friends and group and punch some Nazis in the face. Okay. We are in dang good shape. Look at that. Nothing too fancy. Just a quick highlight. Nothing else going on. I'm loving it. Let's go. You know what? I'm gonna put just a very light blue wash, really thin down on that M, because it's just a little too bright for me. I want to dull it down a little bit. See if this does anything at all. Oh yeah. Just mutes it a tiny bit, not by much. It's harder to tell on the camera because it adds a bit of a sheen with the light coming down, but it actually, to the naked eye, it actually mutes the tone a little bit. So we'll go with that. Now I can say I did. But let's go green now for his gooey bits. I think we'll do maybe like what's the play? Maybe do some highlights with warpstone over warpstone. Probably look pretty good. Acrylic over the contrast. Let's see how that looks. I could probably want to go brighter. Yeah. Did literally nothing. So we'll go one step higher. Hiya! Moot green! That's the kind of green we're looking for. It's very green. But like that's the color intensity we're playing with here with this mini. Oh yeah, there we go. Be a bit sparing with this actually. Let the contrast do a lot of the work. Just try to get the very outermost edges. Get that gradient there without me having to do much or anything at all. This top part might have to do more of a wash glaze. No, too much. We'll do a harder line highlight. Kind of really make it pop and show the edges here. But not do it as a straight line. We're doing like making a line of very small dots. Right? So it's not as, I can't see if you can see on the very, very tippy top there. It's kind of more like little tiny hash marks all the way along it rather than a full line. I keep going, I'm probably gonna screw it up. That's okay, I'll add a couple more little dots. Some interest. Got some freckles. Some weird mutant freckles. Look at that. Very fun. But we ain't done yet. We're gonna play around with more fluorescence. Yeah. That would make a good acid spill color. Crasspoo. Very true, very true. Rajad asks, War Games News Radio, what game system you doing? Currently in a Starfinder game. Oh, as a Dragonborn Scald. Yes, we're going to be playing on this Sunday. We're going to be playing Achtung, Cthulhu, which is a pulp World War II, weird World War II, alternate Indiana Jones style history game system. But normally we do our Fallout 2D20 system, but They're both very similar in their gameplay, but I cannot get this dang. I can't. Clogged. We're clogged. I need a toothpick. One moment. Yeah. Oh yeah. That was completely caked solid. There we go. But yes, Achtung, Cthulhu would be a ton of fun. I've never played, never given Starfinder a go, or Pathfinder for that matter. Familiar with, you know, how it works and sort of the similarities and or differences with current edition D&D, but never had the opportunity to give it a try. I would be curious. Okay, so now we got this fluorescent. I'm gonna do something kind of similar. I'm gonna play with it a little bit at the bottom here just to see how it runs. Ooh, yeah. Same kind of thing, gonna be even more discerning with this. To kind of try to just get the very outermost bits. Not go too saturated with it. There we go. Might end up doing some, maybe I'll spend some time off stream doing a little bit of gussying up of this guy, but kind of interested to play with some like goop effects, you know, slime effects type stuff. Got some, it's like puddle effect thing from AK Interactive, and in my head I thought maybe there was a way to like do it that it could be like kind of a drippy thing, but it's not quite that. But maybe there's a way to add some goop to this guy. I'll think about it between now and Sunday. A little bit more on the tippy top here. Okay, yeah, now we've got some real neon punch going on here. I think after this green, come in with just a pure that pure fluorescent orange. And get that on the I just noticed a spot where I missed some of the initial green contrast paint right in here, one of his weird folds. Make sure we got that there. There we go. That's better. Actually, that one needs, this other fold needs a little bit more too. Not contrast paint, but neon. Or fluorescent. There we go. Dang. Super fun to play with these vibrant colors. Look how cool this guy's turning out. Like I say, we'll jump in with some of that pure fluorescent, just to give it a little bit extra pop on the grabbers on the tentacles. And then I'm gonna throw another wash maybe on that M, because it's kind of textured. It's like kind of crackly, so it's helping to bring out sort of the concrete look of that as well. Not that you can see it very well on this camera, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll do a nice bright highlight with that AK fluorescent orange here. Looks less fluorescent. There we go. These fluorescent paints tend to separate very strange. There you go. Craspoo says, ripped cotton and glue make a good stringy gore effect. Oh, maybe you can goopify that. Ripped cotton. There's a thought. I'll have to give that a shot. Matt's Destruction says, Ryan, are you wearing shorts on a day of snow? I am, in fact, wearing shorts. It is not snowing where I am. It is snowing where Raj is. It is 20 degrees here right now, and raining and humid. And 4 years in Toronto, and I'm still not used to the humidity. So yes, it is a fall day where it happens to be double digits, and I am indeed wearing shorts. The freedom of movement to while I create, or it's just hot in here. I live on the top floor of a threeplex kind of unit, and so the temperature regulation is just non-existent. It's hot when I want it to be cold. It's cold when I want it to be hot. It's all over the place. Whoa. Yeah, that pure fluorescent is popping. I'm very excited for Sunday. I hope some, if not all of you, can make it to our debut Achtung Cthulhu show. If it's well attended and folks enjoy the story we tell, then I'm hoping we do more. So I hope you can show up and give us your 2 cents. Let us know. It's always just a fun time. The Halloween show is probably my favorite one we do. Out of anything we do on the channel, I think the Halloween show is probably the one I get most excited for year after year. Because it's, it's something similar but different, and I'm not even like a big Halloween guy, there's like Halloween guys, horror girls. Not usually my speed, but I don't know, something about it. It's fun. Here we are nearing the end here of our highlighting fluorescentness. Too loaded up. Here we go. The tip on this brush is starting to go. Well, not starting to go. It's freaking gone. But I can. Oh, I missed one. Haha. It's a good thing we're here. One I missed right there. It's tricky to get. It's super tiny. There we go. Slight misfire, but we'll get it here. Quick cleanup, and let's try that again. Fluorescent paint is both too watery and not watery enough at the same time. Just get more pigment on you. There we go. Jeez Louise. Well, you know what? Still do better. There we go. Okay, we got there, gang. That one little dot. My goodness. Holy smokes. Well then, this looks like a ton of fun. I'm loving how super simple. Couple techniques, handful of different colors. Gave us a pretty cool looking effect. The green is interesting. Well, like still like we've got some natural shadow underneath where the thing comes up. It's got that pop to it. I guess I gotta go out and buy a black light and take some photos of this thing and see what it does. I think that'll be the real test. So I think between now and Sunday, I'll see if I can find something on Amazon that can fit that bill. But we'll put that wash on the M there and then leave it to dry and for a little bit. And yeah, then I'm gonna go find myself a black light so I can figure out what this thing looks like. Right, wash, here we go. Yeah, here we go. This second one's gonna bring out a lot of these cracks here. There we go. Let that dry. We're made in the shade, gang. I'm not gonna, oh, fuck it, I'll just tip it up. There we go, look at that. One green Eldritch horror worm ready to go. And this bad boy can be yours. All you gotta do is tune in on Sunday and watch the show. That's it. If you're one of our YouTube and or Patreon members, then you'll have a double entry into the giveaway if you tune in and enter. And one of 3 prize packs with all of the Achtung Cthulhu goodness you need to play the game, as well as this mini, could be yours. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Kraspu and Rijad, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope I'm not butchering your name. The Vault Viking returns. Is good to see ya. Mads Johnson, we had Raj Johnny Bottlecap in there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, did I say Mads Destruction? Zach Posey, Chip Parker, the gang is all here. eScore P, I almost forgot you. eScore P, how callous of me. But thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm super excited for this thing to dry and take some pictures of it. Gotta find myself a black light now. That'll be fun. And as mentioned, tune in on Sunday because we're gonna have that first ever show on the go. Could I sign the bottom of the base? Chip Parker says that is a brilliant idea. I will do that. Absolutely. I think this is the first ever anything like that. I think we've only ever given away painted stuff. I don't think I've ever given away something that I myself have painted. So yes, good call. I will absolutely do that. That's a fun little thing. Good thinking, Chip. Good looking out. I will do that. You guys will tune in on Sunday, and gals will tune in on Sunday, and we're going to have a great time. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to punch some Nazis right in their Wiener Schnitzel loving noses, and it's going to be a good time. And I'm German, so I can say that. Anyway, moving on. We're going to see you folks on Sunday. It's going to be a great time. Tune in, win some stuff. And yeah, we're finally back to like the threshold of like everything's gonna be good and normal now for video production, I hope. So stay tuned, lots more good things coming. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on Sunday. Bye-bye.